What's up, guys? After 8 years of helping scale high 6 to 7 figure businesses, I've noticed a continual theme which is 4 core problems that occur again and again and again that stop people from normalizing 50 to 100 grand per month in their business. Now, the first one is they're looking for what works, not what works for them. So they're out there looking for the strategy, looking for the technique, looking at mentors and gurus and all the things, and they're looking for what works, and they're implementing what works. But the problem here is that one of 2 things is going to happen. Number one, it's never going to work for you. It's never going to work for you because it's out of alignment with your personality type. It's out of alignment with the levels of consciousness that you sit in. It's out of alignment with the lifestyle that you're looking to build and that you appreciate. It's out of alignment to you. So it's never going to work for you because it's off brand for you. Now, the second thing that can happen is it does work for you, and that's even more fucking scary. It works for you. And now that it works for you, you build a prison cell following strategies that aren't the deepest expression of who you are. They work for other people and you've grabbed them and you've implemented them and they've worked, but they're not who you really are. And now you have to be out of alignment each and every day in order to run your business. So people do one of 2 things. They sell their soul and continue to do that, or eventually, inevitably, they end up having to stop what they're doing. They end up having to stop running cliche, greasy ads in the way that they're doing it. They end up having to stop doing fancy reels in the way that they're doing it, or whatever it might be. And they stop it. And then they never get momentum in their business because they're always changing the way that they do things. And this is a core result of them not actually looking in the first place for what works for them. Now, the second biggest problem that holds individuals back is that they are seen by people. They have followers. They have an audience of some capacity. They're seen, but they are not seeing. Meaning they're not seeing their audience with the level of intimacy that is required for their audience to go, oh my gosh, I actually really trust this guy because he understands me inside out. He is reading my mind. This is what the mind reader effect is all around. Creating content so potent, so relevant, so specific to your dream clients so they can trust you. Because I don't know about you, but I don't pay money. I don't give my money. I don't give my time. I don't give my energy. I don't give my trust to people that I don't feel like understand me, as if I'm going to do that. And your audience is exactly the same. So you need to not just create attractive content, but you need to create content that allows your audience to feel seen at a level that they never have before. Now, the third biggest problem is that you're attached to stability and certainty. You're attached to it. And there's a very big difference between being attached to something and seeking it, feeling as though it would be nice, desiring it lightly. Whereas the reality is that so many people are attached to this level of stability, this level of certainty, this level of predictability. I call this the matrix conditioning. They've been conditioned to believe that unless they have cash that they can rely on, unless they have money in the bank that they can rely on, unless they've got their cozy little backup security plan and they've got the weekly reoccurring blah, 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 they freak out. They totally freak out. And this is the truth that a lot of coaches and gurus and all the rest of it, they don't want to share. And that is the fact that if you want to build $1 million company, the level of surrender, I laugh because I think of my journey to getting to where I am, and I think of my mentors' journeys to getting to $25 million companies, and I think of some of my clients who are running $100 million companies. The level of surrender that is required and the level of letting go of stability, of certainty, of being able to be the provider, the level of surrender to all of that shit that is required is absolutely fucking insane. And there's also a funny paradox here. And that is the fact that when you surrender to all of that, when you stop allowing money to control you and to control the way you feel and to control the way you act, when you stop allowing that to be the case, you find yourself in a really strange place where you actually have more stability and certainty than you could ever fucking imagine. Now, the fourth reason that people never scale to 50 to 100K per month and normalize it is that they are unable to separate emotional problems from logical problems. This is torture. If you're trying to build a business and you're trying to build something truly great and you're unable to do this, this can feel like fucking torture, friend. What this looks like is you end up having challenges occur, which they always fucking do. You lose a big client, you lose a deal, your lead flow sucks, your cash flow issues are here, all the rest of it. But then you have an emotional reaction to this, a bit of a freak out moment, a bit of a stress, a bit of an overwhelm or whatever it might be. And it's really, really, really intense. And you freak out and you start trying to change things and you start trying to fix things and you go, okay, we better get some cash in, we better make some more sales, we better make sure that this happens or that happens or that this and this, and we better this and we better that. But guess what? It wasn't a logical problem for you to solve. This was an emotional problem that was triggered by an external circumstance. What's really going on here is that a wound may have been triggered for you. A wound, let's say you lost a big client, a wound around people leaving you has been triggered. Let's say your cash flow has fallen to the floor. For me personally, when I've had that in the past, there's been a wound around, oh my gosh, the family's going to break up. I'm not going to be able to provide for the family. I'm going to lose my wife. I'm going to lose my daughter and all the rest of it. And that was what was really actually present for me. It wasn't actually about the money. I remember one of my biggest financial freakouts was when I had 40 grand in the business account still. And here I am freaking out because I was unable to differentiate an emotional problem from a logical problem. And the importance of doing this is because an emotional problem is not solved with logic. It's solved with healing. And a logical problem is not solved with healing. It's solved with logic and tangible real world action. You need to be able to understand the difference so that you can actually solve them. These are the core 4 challenges that I see come up again and again and again for entrepreneurs that are great at what they do. However, they're struggling to normalize 50 to 100K per month. Now, if you're feeling seen and you're feeling heard and you're feeling like I've explained you to a T, then I invite you to reach out to us and be held, be supported, and be guided on this journey together so that we can help you normalize these 50 to 100K months, just like you probably help other people solve problems a lot faster, with a lot less pain and a lot less frustration. It's exactly what we can do for you. Hit us up in the link, whether it's down below, wherever it is, and we'll chat soon.